They couldn't speak for years, birthdays passed in silence, holidays felt empty, and the pain of betrayal kept them apart. Everyone thought the family was broken forever, until one moment changed everything. It started. Over something small, something that seemed insignificant at the time, a family heirloom. A father's watch, but it wasn't just about the watch. It was about memory, about loss, and about the brothers trying to navigate their grief in completely different ways. I remember the argument like it was yesterday. The air in their mother's living room was thick with tension. David, the older brother, held the watch like it was the most precious thing in the world. His voice was tight, filled with a hurt that went far deeper than the object in his hand. "How could you?" he asked his younger brother, Michael. "Of all the things he left us, that watch was his. It was him, and you were just going to let it go." Michael's shoulders were slumped, but his eyes flashed with desperation. "Let it go. I'm trying to stop us from losing everything." Mom is struggling. "David, do you even see that? Or are you so lost in the past that you can't see what is happening right in front of you?" He was talking about selling the watch to cover mounting bills, a practical solution to a heartbreaking problem. But for David, it was a betrayal. "It's my job to protect what's left of him," he said, his voice dropping to a near whisper. "That's all I have left to do." "You wouldn't understand." Michael's voice cracked. "What's left of him is us, David, this family. It's breaking. I can't watch it break all over again." Their mother, Anna, stood between them. Her face a portrait of sorrow. "Please, both of you," she pleaded. "Your father would have wanted. Let's just sit down and—" "Stay out of this, Ma," David snapped, turning away, and with those words, the chasm between them widened into a canyon. What began as a small disagreement grew into years of silence. Pride built walls so high that neither brother could see over them. Bitterness became their only. Language spoken in averted glances and cold shoulders at family gatherings. Every holiday was a painful reminder of what was lost. The empty chair at the table wasn't just for their father anymore. It was for the bond that had died between the brothers. They lived in the same city. Their kids went to schools just miles apart, yet they lived a world apart. Friends and family tried to intervene, to mediate, but the roots of their anger had grown too deep. It seemed impossible. Some wounds, it seems, are just too deep to heal. We tell ourselves that time heals all wounds, but sometimes time just gives them more space to fester. Time, without forgiveness, is just a way of counting the days we've lost. But then, sometimes, life is a way of forcing our hand. It doesn't always come with a shout, but with a whisper. A quiet, terrifying whisper that reminds us of what truly matters. For David and Michael, that whisper came in the form of a late-night phone call. Their mother, Anna, had collapsed. In the sterile, white hallway of the hospital, the years of silence felt heavy and meaningless. The watch, the argument, the pride had all faded away in the face of a far greater fear. Sitting by their mother's bedside, they listened as she spoke, her voice frail but her words clear. She looked at Michael, her eyes pleading. "Your brother, he needs to know. The anger, don't let it steal you from each other. Promise me." That promise hung in the air. A final wish from the woman who loved them both more than life itself. Forgiveness, we often think, begins with strength, but in that moment, for those two brothers, it began with weakness. It began with the terrifying realization that life is far too short to be wasted on anger. It began with the shared, unspoken fear of losing everything that truly mattered. A few days later, after their mother had stabilized, there was a knock on David's door. It was soft, hesitant. When David opened it, he found Michael standing on his porch, looking smaller than he had in years. The confidence was gone, replaced by a raw vulnerability. For a long moment, they just stood there, the silence between them no longer filled with anger, but with years of unspoken regret. And then, Michael broke it. His voice was thick with emotion as he uttered 3 simple words. I forgive you." 3 words. That's all it took. 3 simple words that shattered years of bitterness like glass. David didn't reply right away. He just pulled his younger brother into an embrace, and in that hug, the walls they had built came crumbling down. Tears streamed down both their faces, tears of grief, of relief, of a love that had been buried but never truly died. Forgiveness didn't erase the past. It couldn't bring back the missed birthdays, the silent holidays, or the years they had lost. But in that moment, it healed the future. It gave them a new beginning. The family that was once divided became whole again. The empty chairs at the dinner table were filled not just with people, but with laughter and with love. The watch, once a symbol of their division, was placed in a memory box, a reminder not of what tore them apart, but of the love that ultimately brought them back together. Forgiveness rebuilt what anger had destroyed. This story reminds us that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is the strongest bridge we can ever build. It's the act of letting go of the hope that the past could have been any different. It doesn't. Mean the wound never existed. It means the wound no longer controls us. Forgiveness restores relationships, heals the deepest wounds, and brings a peace to our hearts where once there was only pain. It allows us to move forward, not by forgetting, but by choosing love over bitterness. As it is written, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift.